Good, let's keep running that. Maybe we'll find some. I want to show you like a use case where I'm not happy with the result. I'm here with my coffee, and in this video, I want to share with you how you can start using AI in your business, even if you don't have experience with AI. And the best way for me to show you that is just give you an example of how I implemented it in one of my processes. And essentially, I'll show you the process of how I was thinking about it, how I made the AI work, and what's the value of it, or how it reduced the need of me hiring a VA or doing it myself manually, which required some, let's call it human intelligence. Like it wasn't like if it's that, do this, if it's this, do that. It was a bit more complicated, and by watching this process, you'll be able to understand how you can apply it to your business as well. So let's jump into it. So check this out. The use case is pretty simple. What I wanted to do is I wanted to launch a cold email campaign. So I got the list of leads from some platform and I wanted to start sending. Now the problem is sometimes they give you the name of the company and it's not correct. Let's say, for example, if I send an email with this name, it looks weird. So if I do something like, hey, David, so that website is cool. If I send a cold email like this, it looks kind of weird and maybe people can feel that it's automation. So I wanted to make sure that the name is correct. Now, the process of me doing that, it's essentially I need to go to the website. I need to check how they use the name. Let's, for example, take this one. So I see that here the logo is Court Avenue, and exactly this is the case that they are using. Now the platform is giving me this name, and sometimes it's not correct. So I wanted now I can go and I can do the initial thing I did actually is I can go and I can say, okay, every time that there is LLC, just remove it. Every time that there is incorporation, just remove it. Every time that there is co, just remove it. Which it works okay, but sometimes, sometimes it's doesn't make sense, and sometimes it's a little bit unique, like this one. Okay, so this, if we'll take a look, they are using INK instead. It's not a big deal, but let's say in this example of this video, it is a big deal, and we want the company name to be perfect and exactly as they use it with the same case and everything. So how we can do it? So I showed you the process of how a human needs to do it. Now, the way the AI works is pretty simple. First, we need to tell it, okay, what's your job? Your job is to find the name of the company. Then we need to give it some examples so it knows more or less how to do it. Like this is the input we give you, this is the output we expect. And let's say we give it 2, 3 examples, and based on that, you will learn how to do that alone. And essentially, it's the same as, let's say you hire some person to do it, or you have someone in your team. It's the same thing because the process is the same. Let's say I give this list to an SDR or a VA to do that. They will do it, and then I will take a look and I see, it's not so good, fix it like this. So it's the same, and after some time, they will be able to do it alone. This is the same process, and I'll show you how to do that. So the first thing I did, which I will not show you, but it's the part of the data. Right now, we'll focus on the AI. It's this thing. So website details is basically, if we'll go to the website again, I go to the source and I go to the ad. And essentially what I did is I wrote some automation that is going to take the description, it's going to take the title, and it's going to take the site name. It's going to take these three, and it's going to, and together with the company URL and the company name that I got from the platform, which usually they use LinkedIn, together with all that, I'm gonna at the end figure out what's the name. The AI is gonna figure out the name. And here are some examples of how it actually worked. So for the name of the company, it figured out after I sent him all the information. It figured out this is the name. Let me show you some complicated examples. 40. Let's compare actually. So 42 DM, they use it in this case sensitive, and in this case, yeah, he decided to pick 42DM, feedmob, what else? LSC, let's take a look. Yeah, they actually use it like that. PsyOp, what else we have here? JKV, GKV, where they actually use it in this case sensitive. Okay, this one, if I send this one and it's not really the name, this one looks way better. And this is how they actually use it in the website. HZ. Okay, so now that we understand more or less what's the job of the AI, what's the input, what's the output, what's the data, how it should look like, and this is the end result, I'll show you how the system is working, and then I'll show you how to build it. So because it's easier for me to show you with code, I'll start with the code, then we are gonna move to make.com and how you can also apply that as well. So basically what we have here is kind of simple, and I actually use it to walk through the list. So the first thing we have is the system message. The system message is, as I said before, it's what's the job of the AI. So your job is to find the company name of a business. You are given title from the website, company name from the website, company name from the LinkedIn page, and the website domain. Your job is to find the company name that a human would normally use in a conversation. And I see that we have this. No fillers, just name. Great. So we give it that. Now, also, maybe I give it too much information. Sometimes it can get confused. So maybe we don't need this part actually. Maybe we can just, use only the information from the website to make it easier for the AI so it's not confused. So we have this. Then we have a list of messages that we are sending to the AI. So the first message is always the system message, like this is your job. And then this is the examples we give the AI. So it knows like what's the expected result out of this. The way we do this is first we give it a message that is written by a user, and we essentially illustrate the conversation of the AI. So when the user is giving you this input, the assistant should output this one. When the user is giving you this one, you should output this one, and so on. Now, this is the initial training. Now, what you'll see is we run the AI. If you see a result that you're not expecting, what you are gonna do is you're gonna take the input that you got a result that is not what you wanted. You're gonna paste it here, and you're gonna tell it, okay, when you get this one, when you get this input, this is the output should be, not what you gave. So this is how you actually tweak it, and I'll show you an example in a bit. So this is some examples that I added over time. Now, after you finish this, the final one is the new message, the one that you want to send it. Now, if we'll take a look, I'm actually using this function as kind of an API. So if you see this function, and I'll show you everything in Make, I promise, it's getting a lead. Okay, this lead is coming from Airtable, and it's essentially the input is a lead, the output is the name of the company. So every time we get a lead, we create this query and we send it to the AI. We did this last line. So we give it the system message. This is your job. This is the examples. This is the history. And what we want you to figure out, and this is the new data, that the input that you should give us some information, and here we just run the thing, and in the end we get the response of the bot, and I upload it back to Airtable. Okay, now that I showed you some code, let's jump into a no-code tool like make.com that we can do the same thing I showed you with code just here. Again, I did it just because it's easier for me. So what we are going to do is we have this thing, and I'll focus on the ChatGPT one. So we just add a new model, ChatGPT. This one, I see that they added some new stuff here, which is cool. But in this one, we do like create a completion. We do, let's say, connect. Here you add. So here you are going to need an API key. What you're going to do is you're going to go to platform.openai.com/API keys. You're going to create a new secret. and you're gonna create your key and you're gonna put it here. Great. And now to the actual what you need to do. So you add your key, then you pick this one, create a chat completion, and then you pick your model. In this case, we'll do what I did in the code. And then you got to a point where I just showed you the same in the code. Now, the first one I showed you, it's like the system message. So let's copy that. It's this one. Sometimes we need to add some spaces. Okay, so we added the system message. Let's add some examples. User. So we take this example and we do another one for assistant. And let's say we do another one. So this was one example. Let's do another one. An assistant. Great. So now we have like a few examples, and now we want to add the input from, as I said, we get a lead, we get a query, we send it to the AI, and it spits the company name. So we want this line. So we want the user, and we want to copy the query with context, which is this, and we paste it here, and we remove all these things. And my coffee is getting cold, so I'll try to finish it. Okay, so now we have all these things. So basically the ChatGPT completion is ready. All we need to do now is to connect it to the Airtable, basically. So let's do that. Okay, so I'm not gonna explain how to connect to Airtable. This is like a different type of video, but basically I'm running this module just to get some data. So I got this data, and once I got this data, I'm going here back, and I'm going to the query, and I'm basically matching up the information. So here we see website details, LinkedIn company name, which is company name, and company URL, which is company URL. Where is it? We do okay. And now basically what it's gonna do, so I did like a module that is searching records. So I'm searching records in this Airtable. It's just giving me information from here. And I also added so here basically I'm saying like all the records that have company name with this is empty, calculate it. So we do okay. And so basically the information is gonna come to here, and then we need to paste it in our record. So let's do that. Okay, so now to update the information in Airtable back, we basically take the record ID which came from here. Okay, so if we do this, it gives us the options, and then we go back to the field we want to update, which is this one, and we just update it with the information from the AI, which is choices, the first choice, and message. And here we can also do, I think we need to do content. So let's do content. Let's actually take a look at the code. Yeah, so we need message.content. And that's it. So I do okay. I do save because I did it once for the video and it didn't save. So I did it again now. So let's play and let's run it once. And you see that it's running and it's running and it's running. Let's see if it's adding new ones. Okay, so I see that I made a little mistake. We want all the records that company name from AI is empty. So let's run it again. So we run it once. Let's take a look at the code, at the table. So you see it's adding new ones and it's all coming from the AI. Let's stop it. And now we will take a look and we see if it's actually correct. So if it's actually also the names that we want. So for example, you see this one, we got this from the platform, a great example of getting the name. Like, let's see if it's correct. Yeah, so this is how they use it in the website. Coordinate is a full blah, blah, blah. And so it looks good. Good, let's keep running that. Maybe we'll find some I want to show you like a use case where I'm not happy with the result. So then I'll show you how to improve it. Let's stop. Let's see and this is essentially the process. Like you look at what the AI gave you, and then you say, okay, am I happy with this results? If not, I need to improve it. So I want to show you how to improve it. Yeah, this is how they use it. Zimber Marketing Group. But yeah, let's say in a case, okay, this one looks very long. And also I see that my automation didn't get a lot of information. Let's take a look at the website. Okay, so in this case, we see that the name of the company is this one. And if we'll take a look at the head, and we'll find out the information that my automation couldn't get, which I need to fix, we need to essentially get this name. Now, in this case, we cannot really blame the AI because it didn't get the right information. So it's really hard to judge the AI right now. But so let's just keep running more until we find something. You see this one? This is just great. This is an example of how it saves a lot of time. This is like it's good that we see it on the video. Let's run it again, and I want to talk about usage. So as we run it, we want to talk also about costs and so on. So you will have this platform.openai.com/usage, and you can see here exactly per day what's how much it costing you. So far you see the 25th of December, we see that it's 001, which is really cheap. And also I forgot to mention, if you are starting to use this platform, you need to give it some money. You do have free usage or something, but if you don't add your billing information, it's not gonna work. Even if they say it's free, there is some free credits, but you need to add your credit card and so on. So keep that in mind. Okay, so we got another 10. Okay, so this one looks very long. Let's see if they actually use it like that. Okay, so GSA. This is a good example of JSA. This is a good example of the AI is not getting us the right name. So what we are gonna do is I'm gonna find the output. Okay, so I'm gonna go to this one, and actually it's a good example here because I'm taking only 10. So this is a good way to test it. So essentially right now I'm trying to find the exactly input. Okay, this is the input. So I'm taking a look at the website details and everything we got. And actually, maybe I should take a look at the AI. So I'm taking a look at the AI, and I'm taking a look at operation number 2. And we see, okay, so let's take a look. So this is operation number 2. This is the one we want to fix. So essentially, we take this message. This is the input. We go to the AI, and we just add another message. So I add another item. When the user is giving you this information, you should provide this result. So we do assistant, and this is the end result. And then we want to take the one, it always needs to be last, because it's kind of, think about it like the examples are the history, and this one is the new. We do okay, and now I'm just removing this one. I run it again, and I see if it's working. Okay, you see now it's working. This is really cool. So now it's working, and essentially I'll let the AI run, keep running until it will work. Okay, so actually when I was recording this video, one case didn't work properly. And the reason why I'm mentioning this to you right now, it's if the AI is not listening to you, the poor AI is not listening to the humans, then what you can do is you need to figure out the data. Okay, it's always here. Okay, it's always either the examples are too confusing the AI. Maybe it's the job itself needs to be more accurate. Maybe it's the data that you send them. Okay, maybe, as I told you in the beginning of the video, maybe you should reduce these ones. Maybe I should reduce this one and optimize it. So if the AI is confused, it's more about optimizing the data, the system message, which is his job, the examples, and so on. So that's it for this video. Actually, it was a pretty good video, this take. I appreciate you so much if you watched till the end. I hope it gave you some ideas on what you can do with AI. If you have any further questions or you need any help to integrate AI in your business, you can DM me on Twitter, Boring SaaS Guy on Twitter, or you can email me, jonathanmiser@gmail.com. Thank you for watching. Love you. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.